Hi there. As Dan said, my name is Ryan, and don't mind the tape down here on the floor. I tend to wander, so they actually had to kind of cage me in here. Anyway, I wanted to tell you a quick story. And show of hands, who here has owned a small business at some point in their life? I actually don't have my glasses on. I can't see anybody. But, okay, so you all see that a lot of people have done this. But I want to tell you about a guy that I know, and his name is Jason. Jason started a food truck in Portland, Oregon. Now, when Jason started out, he had a lot of things he had to do. He had to put together a business plan. He had to scout a location. He had to then go source vendors, not only for his ingredients, but figuring out, all right, what's accounting? How do I work with that? What type of payment processor do I use? What type of payroll processor do I use? Where do I actually keep my money? Now, this isn't something that just Jason has to figure out or just food truck owners have to figure out. This is something that 6 million small businesses and 29 million sole proprietors have already done in this country, and something that 500,000 new small businesses have to do every single month. So we're talking about contractors. We're talking about sole proprietors, then up into the mom and pops. We're talking about, your corner store delicatessen, your coffee shops, and then even into startups like myself and more administrative businesses. And to give you an idea, it's not all doom and gloom. There are a lot of really great opportunities and a lot of really great resources out there to help a small business owner figure out how to start the best small business that they can. There's the SBA has a lot of really great things, articles on the Wall Street Journal and Forbes that tell you exactly how to do this, the 10 best ways to do this, and make the best type of, the best decisions as you can. But the problem here is the fact that there's no practical integration of that education and information into their business. So what I did, forgot about that slide. What I did was actually created something called Beltowr. Beltowr is the first alternative for a small business's bank account that integrates education for the first-time entrepreneur directly within the platform. So to give you an idea of what we're doing, we are a sponsored online bank. How that works is a chartered bank would partner with us in a way that makes us 100% compliant and FDIC insured with the relationships to the regulators, everything that we need to operate as a bank. So we are a place for a small business owner to receive, store, manage, and spend their money. Now, from there, what we've done is partnered with institutions like accounting software companies, payroll processors, credit card companies, financing institutions that all build in basic functionality of their services directly within our UI. That way, Jason, as he's going through this process, never has to leave the Beltowr user interface as he builds his business and manages his finances. Now, a quick anecdote. When Jason first started out, he had a little bit of seed capital. He was very lucky, and he went about 6 months, and then he decided, I need to go out and get financing. So he went through the process and received terrible terms, absolutely awful terms. Took a step back and realized I should have established a line of credit. Not something all of us, all the people that I didn't see that raised their hands, we all know what a line of credit is. Jason knew what it was, that it's important for a small business to establish that history. But the problem is, with the 20 hats that he wears as a small business, it just kind of slipped through the cracks. There wasn't a reminder there. What Beltowr would have been able to do is, through an educational prompt, and from a very consultative and familiar place, be able to say, hey, Jason, congratulations on starting this business and opening up your Beltowr account. A few best practice tips that you should look into: establish a line of credit early, so when you go out for financing, you get better terms. And that's the relationship that we'd be able to have. Now, as a bank, we have some pretty great features. In-app customer service, so we can interact with him right there with his money. Beyond that, we have some great cash flow management tools, but it's the educational prompts that sets us apart from everyone else. Something like, hey, Jason, you're actually trending towards not being able to afford your payroll taxes. Here are some great tips on how to withhold for those. And when you get to that point, we can actually sell you that service from a best-of-breed technology company right from our user interface. Now, to give you an idea, as a business and the business plan itself, we make money in 4 distinct ways. The first is there is a monthly charge for the account. And this is a flat fee with no thresholds, no minimums, maximums, or fees based on mistakes, anything like that. We're ultimately trying to simplify small businesses' finances all around their money within a deposit account. So from there, we also, as the issuer of the card that he would use, make money through interchange. Then the money sitting in the account, interest, that is accrued there. And then those partnerships of the accounting software companies and everything else, we make residuals off of that. Now, as I said, my name is Ryan. I founded this company 16 months ago, and I've bootstrapped it since then. I have an amazing team behind me, Adam Nimmo, who runs a payment processing company that processes about $750 million a year with 8 people. It's an incredibly efficient operation that he runs there. From there, we have an amazing tech team and our advisory board that I am very excited about. We have Rich Heeb, who founded a bank that's now it now has over $4 billion in assets. And then from there, we have Cher Everhart, who has been a chief compliance officer for multiple banks in the last 30 years. And as the bankers in this room can say, she is really good at saying no. So what we've been doing recently, as I said, we've been partnering with these different institutions to build in the functionality, as well as a lot of partnerships that we have to be able to acquire customers right before they have a bank account. So people, these are 5 of the ones that we have. We actually have 7 more LOIs out and expect them back within the month. But the most important thing that we have done since we've been in QC FinTech, the biggest barrier to entry for my business that we have had throughout this process, and again, bootstrapping it from the very beginning, is partnering with an institution that will sponsor us. And we've received our first term sheet from a bank that is going to be giving us the ability to act as a sponsored bank. This is by far the biggest thing that we have done and the biggest hurdle that we have had. So we are going through this process right now, and again, them believing in us before we've even raised a dime. So right now, what we are doing as we are going through that process of partnering with this institution, we are raising $1 million seed. This is to be able to afford the engineers to build the rest of the platform, the UX designers to make it intuitive. There's a lot of compliance software and auditing that we have to go through. So we have a lot on that side, plus being able to pay the minimums and dues that we owe to our future partner bank. And then obviously the minutia of running a business, so the technology, hosting, marketing, branding, and everything else. And what I'd like to leave you with is this one thought. My ultimate goal, what I set out to do in building Beltowr, is help facilitate entrepreneurs around me to pursue their dreams and create successful companies. Thank you very much.